Now, we're about halfway through the award ceremonies, but we're going to take a break now from the awards, and I'm now going to welcome our very special keynote speaker. Michael Lord Bichard is non-executive chairman of the National Audit Office and a great friend of QED. He's a former chief executive of the Benefits Agency and a former permanent secretary at the Department for Education and Employment. Since his retirement from the civil service in 2001, he's held a variety of positions, including Vice Chancellor of the Uni of the Arts London, Chair of the Legal Services Commission, Founder Director of the Institute for Government, Chair of Shakespeare's Globe, Chair of the Design Council, and he recently retired as Chair of the Social Care Institute for Excellence. He received a knighthood in 1999 and became a crossbench member of the House of Lords in 2010. He was for 5 years a Deputy Speaker of the House. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Bichard.
Hi, it was an honour to be invited to speak at the 30th anniversary of the QED Foundation, and at the same time to celebrate the huge achievements of young Asian people in Yorkshire with the launch of the YAYAs. And it's great to be able to make the time to be here today too. Of course, since I accepted the original invitation last November, a great deal has changed in all of our lives. The pandemic has brought untold suffering, especially to members of the Black and Asian communities, so many of whom bravely serve in care homes and hospitals, and frankly, without the protection and the support that they had the right to expect. And like you, I salute them. But we've also seen during the last 6 months a massive shift in the way people are confronting discrimination and violence targeted at Black, Asian and other ethnic minority groups. And that, of course, has been epitomised by the Black Lives Matter movement. And as far as I'm concerned, the question is, but why have we taken so long to confront these issues? And occasions like this provide an opportunity to reflect on how far we've come as a society. Are we more equal? Have we banished discrimination? Have we reduced poverty? Have our institutions and our major companies become more diverse? Well, we're frequently told, I'm frequently told, how much better things are now than they were 20, 30, 40 years ago. And we're told that we should be celebrating the progress that's been made rather than dwelling on what remains to be done. We're even still told that things will change naturally given time, and how long have I heard that? Well, it's easier to take that view for a start if you have a job. But whereas before the pandemic, the employment rate for white workers was 76%, it was just 62% for non-white workers. And it's easier to be optimistic if you went to university and are therefore in a better position to get a job. But only 20% of the people in our poorest communities go to universities, and Asian students are up to 17% less likely to get a good degree, whatever their entry qualifications were. And it would be easier to be positive if major institutions like the civil service were truly diverse. And yet only 13% of all civil servants are non-white, and a massive 92% of senior civil servants are white. Now, QED has been fighting the discrimination that lurks behind these depressing statistics for 30 years. It's been helping young people to compete in an unequal jobs market. And this is absolutely the moment for us to celebrate their efforts and the efforts of all of those associated with QED. They've been resilient, they've been determined, they've been courageous, and they've changed many, many lives for the better. And we do all say thank you. But this is also a moment to remind ourselves that the fight for equality and justice is not over. And organisations like QED need our continuing support not just because they're leading that fight, but because their work helps ensure that we realise the potential and the talent of all of our people, whatever their race, whatever their colour, whatever their creed. And at this moment in particular, we just cannot afford to turn our back on the talent that exists in our communities. If we're going to become successful as a country, if we're going to become prosperous, then we need to realise that talent. And it's a proven fact that diverse companies are more creative and perform better, and we need them more than ever. For me, fighting racism has always been a no-brainer, because discrimination stops people giving of their best, which stops our country and our economy performing at its best. And I know you all share that passion. But there are others who still turn a blind eye, often to protect their own narrow self-interests. That's why we need the YAYAs to celebrate those massive achievements. It's why we need QED to continue the fight. And it's why we all need to support them in their efforts. Thank you for listening.
Thank you to Lord Bichard for those illuminating and inspirational words. It's time now to return to our final set of awards in the build-up to our announcement of the Yorkshire Asian Young Achiever of the Year 2020 and the name of the first person ever to be honoured with that prestigious title. Please don't forget to join in the chat by using the chat function below for your supportive messages, and you can post any comments, pictures and videos of your experience tonight on social media. If you are going to do that, make sure you use the hashtag #TheYayas2020 so we can see all of your pictures and videos and share that special moment with you.